A wise person once told me, dreams don't work unless you do.
We try so hard in our lives to fit in. We try to fit into certain groups, certain frats, certain sororities, among certain friends, yet the people we idolize are the ones that stand out. But when you're prepared, there is no fear. There is no fear of failure, because even if you've walked out of something and you feel like you failed at it, your preparation is so strong that you're gonna take that failure and turn it into the outcome you desire. And most people stop at failure, okay? We've all failed at things. I'm gonna continue to fail at stuff, right? It's the most powerful tool you can use, but it all depends on how you use it.
What would your future be like if you decided to want that which you desire so strongly that it prepares you past your fears, that you experience the fear, as the one book says, feel the fear and do it anyway?
Life is 10% what happens to you, it's 90% what you do about it. No matter who you are, no matter where you are in life, you can take the lid off of your job. And if you're wondering if you still have the lid on in your life, here are some clues that's gonna let you know that the lid is still on. If you're not excited about waking up in the morning, if you're sitting around bored out of your mind, if you got time to do everything anybody asks you to do, you probably got the lid on. If when you tell your dreams to all your friends, it makes sense to them, you got your lid on, man. Your dreams should not make sense to everybody. You gotta say something that make people go, how you gonna do that? That's when you got the lid off. And if I were you, I'd do that. I'd take the lid off. Makes sense to me, don't it?
They're always gonna get ready to get set to get going. What we've gotta do is, boom, just like that, move into action.
Every time you remember your dream, you're removing some dirt. You're digging it back out. The true mark of a champion is even though some dirt gets thrown on your dream, instead of letting it get buried, you keep shaking it off. You keep moving forward. You keep looking for new opportunities. You wouldn't be having that opposition if you didn't have something great in you. If your dream wasn't alive and on track, right on schedule to come to pass, you wouldn't have so many things coming against you. That dream is still alive. You may have tried a year ago, 5 years ago, or 40 years ago. Didn't work out. Nobody was there to help you. Go back and try again. This is your time. This is your moment. Your destiny is calling out to you. Can I tell you, your dream is not dead. It's just not in season. Your time is coming. Promotion is coming. Good breaks are coming. Promises you've been standing on. Dreams you've been praying about. Lack is not your destiny. Constantly struggling, barely getting by is not the end of your story. These light afflictions are for a moment. The adversity is temporary. The glory is eternal. Lord, I believe this is my year to get healthy and whole. This is my year to meet the people of my dreams. This is my year to go further in my career, to step into a new level of my destiny. This is my year to accomplish dreams, to break free from this depression. This is my year to meet the right people. This is my year to get healthy and whole. This is your year to see double. This is your year for vindication, for restoration, for new beginnings. Now get your mind going in the right direction.
Here's the secret. The people that do the most with their lives, the people that seem the most self-assured, the ones that seem to embody confidence, the ones that seem to define confidence, they're the ones that had to face down the most fear. They simply didn't linger in it.
Don't hate your competitors. Respect your competitors. Learn from him.
I had a very important person in my life come to me and say, who's your hero? And I said, I don't know, I got to think about that. Give me a couple of weeks. I said, I thought about it. You know who it is? I said, it's me in 10 years. So I turned 25 10 years later. That same person comes to me and goes, so are you a hero? And I was like, not even close. I said, why? I said, because my hero is me at 35. So you see, every day, every week, every month, and every year of my life, my hero is always 10 years away. I'm never going to be a hero. I'm not going to attain that. I know I'm not. And that's just fine with me because that keeps me with somebody to keep on chasing.
That's the thing. Success and failure are generally slow processes. Either slowly building things up or gradually tearing them down. And that's why I say you've got to pay attention. You have to watch. You have to watch every single second.
Choose love, and don't ever let fear turn you against your playful heart.
I believe in manifestation. I believe in putting a rocket of desire out into the universe, and you get it when you believe it. You get it when you believe you have it, and that's the key.
So we want to get really sensitized, acutely sensitized, sensory acuity, to whether what we're doing is working or not. And by the way, sensory acuity is really the measure of a person's intelligence. What I mean by that is, how do we measure intelligence? Intelligence is a measure of the number and quality of distinctions you have in a given situation.
You can handle this, you just haven't figured it out yet. It's all right, this is your training period. This is the tuition you have to pay for what you don't know. You can do this, other people have done it. It doesn't take an Einstein. Get you some people that can teach you some stuff that you don't know. Get you some people that have done it successfully and learn from them. Take some seminars, workshops, read some books on how to manage a business. Change the way you see yourself and begin to tend to the personal details. Understand that nobody's going to take care of your business better than you.
You will notice the most successful people in any field, they are usually the ones who have failed more than anybody else. You see the difference between a successful person and everyone else? It's not a lack of strength. It's not a lack of knowledge. It's a lack of will.
It's up to you in a world where we're taught to look outside for answers, for a job that will make us happy, for money that will make us happy. The answer is within. We already have it. We already have the answer, but will we unleash it? Will we give it? Will we own it? Will we truly reinvent ourselves to become the people that we're capable of becoming?
The bow too tightly strung is easily broken, says one of the proverbs. Balance is a gorgeous thing. So be monomaniacal in your execution around your high-value targets, your HVTs, your mission plan, but also build in some rewards. And that's going to send a gorgeous message to your conscious and your subconscious mind that, hey, this daily practice of execution around my deliverables is a beautiful thing. And you create this thing called momentum. And the monk who sold his Ferrari, I went back and I saw this recently. I think there's a whole chapter on momentum. And you become like this. I love skiing. You start off small, but as you go down the slope, you pick up momentum. A lot of people say, Robin, where do I start? I want to start a new business. I want to become a better artist. I want to find the love of my life. I want to be a world-class creative. I want to multiply my financial life. Where do I start? You just start. You just start. There's great power in the start. And when you start, life starts supporting you.
Well, God wants us all to be courageous because He knows we'll face times in life and situations and circumstances that it takes more than just a desire. It takes courage. Many people operate on the basis of fear, on the basis of what other people think. We as believers should operate on the basis of courage. Courage to say no when we ought to say no. Courage to say yes when we should say yes. So what kind of courage do you have? Is yours sort of floating between depending on the situation? Or do you know the difference between right and wrong for your life? And you've made up your mind.
yourself one question. Am I a doer or a dabbler? Marketers are doers. They want to sell online and make a profit doing it. Marketers say they make it hard at times, but it's possible. Dabblers say it may be possible, but it's too hard. Marketers have proven plans and frameworks. Dabblers have excuses. Marketers see possibilities. Dabblers see problems. Marketers make it happen. Dabblers let it happen. Marketers sell on Launchcart. Dabblers exist on other platforms. Which are you, a marketer or a dabbler? I am a marketer.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Hi, Candace. Hi, Justin.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I know we have so many time zones. So hello, everyone.
All the above. Peace be to you.
Oh, we got a Launchcart mug. Justin has a Launchcart mug, a Launchcart hat, and a Launchcart long sleeve. We're twinning. Or is it a long sleeve? Or no, it's t-shirt. But we're still twinning. We got a water bottle. Wow.
It's all about living your brand, guys. That's the theme, right? And that's what we teach. So yeah, great to be here with you, Greg and Candace. Another, day 3 here. Super excited about day 3. So yeah, thanks, Greg.
Why are we here, everybody? Do you guys want to know why we're here? You guys want to know why we're here? Anyone want to know why we're here?
Why on earth would I wear a sweatshirt with another brand's name on it? I walked into this hotel today. I have a sweatshirt on that says my name across the front, and I have a hat on that says my name across the back. Sirhan here, just in case you see me. Why on earth would I wear a sweatshirt with another brand's name on it? Why would I ever walk down the street advertising someone else's logo? I'm a salesperson. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a brand before I'm a broker, and you all are too. Every single one of you should have sweatshirts and hats with your own names on it. It's not that hard. You should go and do it. Because you know what that's going to do? It's going to reinforce, not just in everybody else's mind, but in your own mind, that you are a CEO that's way bigger than you were. I do that to reinforce it to myself. And it fucking works. And I've been doing it for a long time. And then it starts to transcribe over to social, over to media, and then everything else we do.
That's why we're here. I got Launchcart here. I got Launchcart here. I got Launchcart here. I got Launchcart on his head. I got Launchcart on her. I got Launchcart everywhere. That's awesome. I love that. All right, you guys ready for day 3? Day 3 is going to be good. So let's see about some takeaways. Anybody got any takeaways from yesterday? You've been settling on it. Now, how many of you actually did? You went and got your Launchcart account set up. You went and got your Stripe, PayPal, or whatever hooked up. And you also got your Printful account set up ready for us to build products. Let us know who did that today.
Yes, who did their homework? Who did their assignments? Let's see. Yeah, your homework was to get your foundation built, create your Printful account and or Printify. Done. Sonia said done. She's on top of it.
Boom. Give her an award.
Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Say hello, smash the like button, make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, share it out. We're going to get underway in just about 1 minute here. Just wanted to kind of let people get on. We got emails going out, text messages going out. I just sent a voice broadcast out. We have this really cool technology where we can do voice broadcasts and what we call ringless voicemails. And you guys have all got one going, what is that? And basically it just bypasses your phone and goes right to your voicemail. So that's cool stuff. Any takeaways from yesterday? Any comments for today? You guys ready for today?
Yeah, any comments? Who's excited? I'm a little bit under the weather, you guys. I have a daughter who's in daycare, and I swear it's like a revolving door of getting sick. So I might be a little bit quieter today, but I'm showing up because I want to make sure we get you guys taken care of and building products. Today's probably one of my favorite days. It's finding products and building products. But I just wanted to make it known that I am under the weather, so I'm gonna be a little bit quieter today.
Okay. All right. Well, with that being said, let's dive right into the mindset moment. You guys ready for that?
Yes.
Okay. So today's mindset moment is very, very important. And I'm going to tilt my thing just a little bit so you got that launch card. Boom, I got the devil launch card going off. Okay, look. Mindset moment. Are you interested or are you committed? Are you interested or are you committed? Ponder that just for a second, right? And let's take a little bit deeper look at that concept of are you interested or are you committed? Because I'm going to share a quick little quote from one of my mentors and guys, Ken Blanchard. Ken Blanchard wrote The 1 Minute Manager. There's a difference between interest and commitment. When you're interested in doing something, you do it only when it's convenient. When you're committed to something, you accept no excuses. No excuses. No excuses. Are you interested or committed? Go ahead and put it in the chat, whether you're, and be honest with yourself, right? Because I know I'm interested in a lot of things. I'm only committed to a couple. And I'm going to tell you guys a quick little story that hits this home. So going back about 20 years ago, 15 years ago, I'm not sure exactly when it was. I should know this, but I don't. My mother was widowed. My mother was widowed. And we came across a client that had these beds. She hired me to do some marketing, and she had these beds called Megan beds. And Justin just got experience in the last couple of days. I have one here at the office right now. And this Megan bed was a massage bed, and it's like this bed that got red light therapy, and it goes up and down your spine, gets blood flow and go through your spine. It was amazing. I literally was having amazing results. And the model was, you'd buy 10 of these beds, and you'd put them in a showroom, and then people would come in, and they would use the bed, and then you'd sell them a bed. So you say, come in for free, use the bed, and they'd have such miraculous results, you'd give them a free bed. I mean, you give them a free session, and then you sell them a bed. So my mom loved this bed. She says, I want to sell these beds. I want to do this. I'm like, Mom, she's like, she's up there. She's like 70 years old. So I'm like, are you committed? Oh, I'm committed. And because I had just been taught this principle, right? The difference between commitment and being interested. And also, you know what? There's levels of commitment, by the way. Like they did this study, I think it was Hewlett Packard, but a big giant, Fortune 100 company did a study on the levels of commitment. And you want to, this is, I'm pulling these numbers out of the air because I can't remember the exact study, but it was staggering. Like, I'll give you an example. That if you're 50% committed, you have a 98% chance of failure. If you're 70% committed, it was like a 90% chance of failure. Are you hearing what I'm saying? If you were like 80% committed, it went down to like 65% chance of failure. It wasn't until you were 100% committed that you got below the 50% mark of the chance for success. But you got to sit on that. Like that, seriously, this is one of those decision-making pros and cons. And Franklin, why should I do this over here? Why should I do it over here? Like, look, you got to get committed. You got to make commitments to your life, to your happiness, to your family, to your spouse. Okay, so going back to my wife, my mom's story. So she says she's committed. I'm like, Mom, are you sure you're committed? So we bought 10 of these beds. They're like $2,200 a bed. So that's $22,000. I went and rented an office space down here the street and got some office space behind a friend of mine's art gallery. And we got flyers and brochures, and we started getting all printed up, and we opened up this business. That very first 2 weeks, Franklin Graham or some preacher came to town. And there was also some big street fair or something going on. It was like, no, we got to get the bed. We got to do the beds. It's going to be a good weekend for the beds. Got all kinds of traffic downtown. Got to do the beds, Mom. Got to do the beds, Mom. You're committed to the beds. She's like, nope, shutting down the door. I'm going to Franklin Graham. I'm like, Mom, you're not committed. She goes, well, I am committed unless Franklin Graham's in town. I said, no, that's not commitment. And so guess what we did? We sold all the beds and got out of business. Okay, so that's today's message. And I'm going to top this off with one of my favorite speakers and friends who I've shared the stage with many a times. And he says it a little bit different way, but I want you to listen to how he says it because this is so, so important to your life.
You got to be hungry. People that are hungry are willing to do the things today others won't do in order to have the things tomorrow others won't have. People that are hungry believe, always strive to get on top in life because it's the bottom that's overcrowded. People that are hungry know if you want to be successful, you must be willing to do the things today others won't do in order to have the things tomorrow others won't have. I didn't do what I'm doing right now because it was hard. How many of you decided not to do something because it was hard? Raise your hands, please. I want you to write this down. If you do what is easy, your life will be hard. Complain, point at your circumstances, give up your power, blame the government, blame the economy. If you do what is easy, your life will be hard. But if you do what is hard, your life will be easy. It's hard to make a radical change in your behavior. It's hard to take ownership. It's hard to swallow the bitter pill that wherever you find yourself, at some point in time, you made an appointment to be there. That's hard.
Whoa, people. Whoa, people. All right, people. You guys get that? Got to be hungry. So here's what we want you to do. We want to hashtag launch your merch challenge and hashtag launch cart and write the statement, you got to be hungry and I'm hungry, right? Put it out there. What do you think, Candace? How come I don't hear Candace?
I was muted. I love it. Are you interested? Are you committed? Because if you're interested, just like my dad shared that story about his mom, chances are you're gonna leave your business. You're not gonna succeed. You're gonna have more failure, even though, like Justin said, failures are good. Failures are stepping stones, but you got to be committed, because that's how you're gonna keep the discipline to keep showing up. And how do you get the discipline? How do you keep the momentum going? Is remembering your why, getting clarity on your why. That's going to be your driving force. But you got to have, a strong driving force to keep you committed and not just interested. So I love that. I love Les Brown. So that was a great little clip you shared there too.
You got to be hungry. How about you, Justin? What's your comments on old Les Brown?
Yeah, he's a legend, Greg. Yeah, I've never seen him speak in person, but I mean, I've listened to his stuff for years, and he's been a huge inspiration for me. And I'm reminded about my mentor, Alex Mendosian. Shout out to Alex Mendosian. So when I worked with T. Harv Eker from Peak Potentials from 2010 to 2014, Alex Mendosian was working closely with Peak Potentials, and he taught me an important lesson about passion versus commitment, right? Because you can be as passionate as you want about something, but at the end of the day, that doesn't matter. What's going to sustain you to greatness is really, first, like Greg said, your commitment. Once you're committed, right, you go all in, right? Like I go 110%, right? Some people commit 100%. I don't. I commit 110%, because it's that extra 10% separates those who are performers versus high performers. So if you really want to take your life to the next level, your online business to the next level, you have to make sure you have 110% commitment to really sustain you. And then obviously that passion is going to be showing through as well. And so, yeah, that was a good takeaway there, Greg. And then just a quick reminder for everyone, if everyone can just take their phones and just put it to mute. So we're not distracted, everyone just take out your phones, put it on mute, because, we want your full attention for just, less than 90 minutes. And, we want you to get, great value here and stay attentive. And, we're promising a world-class training here. So, back over to you, Greg.
Awesome.
Okay.
I have something to share. I love that passion versus you need a commitment over passion. I've heard something similar, and in the past, I never understood it. And I get that. And you know what? Because think about it, you guys. There's probably times where you're super passionate about something, and it gets hard, and you want to give up. And all people do give up. So passion isn't always enough. It's the commitment that's going to be enough. I really love this zoom in. I don't know. My dad puts us so close to each other, like a sandwich. But I love that, Justin. So that's even a good reminder right there. It's like, you need more than just the passion. And if you think of the greats, like the great athletes, they had that like 110 commitment. So we gotta, if we want to be great, we want a great business, we want to succeed, we gotta show up like the greats. Yeah. I was just interested.
That's awesome. Okay, so who's paying attention? Are you paying attention? Are you paying attention? $20 gifts or $25 gift certificate coming to you for some Launch Cart merch. If you can tell me what was on the shirt I was wearing about 1 minute ago.
Oh,
The first
boy.
person to say what was on my shirt 1 minute ago get $20. And you had to be paying attention.
I don't
right?
even know what was on your shirt, but I was
You gotta be paying attention.
I
Gotta
was
be paying attention. Okay, so we're gonna merge right into this whole passion and what's everything that's going on here. So I'm gonna kind of go back to here. You keep filling up the room, Justin. So Candace, let's take that whole passion into designs, right? Nope. I see launch cart. Nope, it wasn't launch cart. It was something I was passionate about. It was something that I loved. And I switched to another shirt that I had to have. But I'm going to, there was a neat, Keith is close, but you got to, Keith, what brand was that? What brand was that, Keith? Because it's tied to a brand. And I'll give you guys a hint. Oh, there you go. He got it.
Giordano.
Boom. So here we go.
Oh, I didn't even know. This crazy man. I thought it was going to be a hang glider too.
Harley Davidson, baby. Now, why did I have that shirt? Because I had a Harley. I did that when I was 40. I had to have a Harley. I did it. And I had to have the Harley shirt. And I love Harley. I love that brand. It emotionally gets me. It passionately pulls me in. Now, how about this one that's on my shirt right now? How about this one? You see this shirt? I'm passionate about my Lord Jesus Christ. I'm passionate about my faith in God. And when I saw this shirt, I had to have it. Can you guys read it? Is it close enough to you guys can read what it says?
I do. It says, and that's how I saved the world. Oh, I didn't even know. Is that Jesus right there? I thought that was another. I was like, you're passionate about superheroes? Which
No, she knows I don't even care about superheroes, but I thought that is such a cool shirt. You got Superman, the Hulk, and Spider-Man, and all these people. I don't even know who they are. And the quote is very simple. That's how I saved the world.
Yeah, love
So
it.
when I saw that, I'm like, dude, I've never seen a shirt like that before. I got to have that shirt. I've got to have that design.
Let me tell you something about this man right here, though. That's why he has too many T-shirts. Because if he gets that emotional connection, he's got to have it. He's got to buy it. I grew up with my mom trying to sneak away some T-shirts from this man. I'm the same way, though. But oh no, he left the stage. Do you guys know what that means? This is what my dad is loving. What's happening right now? Just get ready for it. It's like we're in our own fashion show with Greg Ryder. I can see him backstage. You guys can't.
So, you got to just love life about passion and emotion and what pulls that trigger, right? So you think about it and you say you go to a concert and you see one of your favorite bands and you say to yourself, dude, I got to have that shirt. Wait, he's got that design and that design and that design, right? But wait a sec. I got the wrong one there. Woohoo! Why did I pick this design over the other Santana designs? They had like 12 different designs at the concert when I went to Santana, and we actually did some stuff with Carlos Santana, who was a client, right? But why did I buy this one? Why did I buy this one? Who can tell me what that is? What is that animal right there? Or I guess it's not an animal. Bird up. Keith says bird up. I believe that's a dove, right? I believe that's a dove, a white dove. And you know why I like the dove? Because the dove has got a great representation and a signal, or I forget the word I'm trying to think of, in the Bible, right? The Holy Spirit came down when he was baptized, right? So I'm like, so this one, I resonate with me, and this is the shirt I wanted to wear. I love this shirt. It's one of my favorite shirts I'm wearing all the time, right? Let me ask Justin the question. Justin, do you got any shirts that you like to wear that you just have to have, or you've come across these before?
Yeah, absolutely. There was one shirt in particular that I actually came up with. It said Noah was a conspiracy theorist, and then it started to rain. And it was great. I mean, like, I came up with the design, and I sold like 500 shirts, and people really resonated with that. And
That's
so,
awesome.
yeah, it's you can get creative. And to Greg's point, it's all about, like, people buy emotionally, and then they rationalize it logically after,
Yes.
right? So
And that's why, before you come back on, Pops, because this man, that's why when you guys are building these stores, there's a mission behind it. You are going to impact, because whenever you buy something, when Justin buys something, it's because we want it. There's a want. So it's impacting us in some type of way. So that's why the other day when we were talking about fear and imposter syndrome, it's like you have to get rid of that and focus on why you're doing what you're doing and who you're here to impact and serve. Even if you just think it's just a t-shirt, it's just a mug, someone's obviously wanting it and buying it because there's a connection from that product in themselves. So you got to remember that. You get out of your own way and remember who you are here to impact and serve.
And let me just add to that.
Even if it's just like the funny meme shirt, because we have a lot of store owners who sell like funny, like shirts with like funny sayings, but that still has a purpose, because whoever's buying it, it's like they get happy. You're bringing joy and happiness into people's lives.
And here's what will also happen. Like, once you have your own merch store and you're selling products, like, people will actually ask you, like, hey, I'm looking for this type of design. Can you help me? Right? So it's just going to happen, guys. So you're in the right room, guys, right? It's all about being in the right room at the right time with the right vehicle. And so you're in the right room here today. So back over to you, guys.
Yeah, look, my dad changed the shirt again, and I see there's an emotional connection.
Hey, let me ask you guys a question. Got any basketball fans out there? Who's a basketball fan? Tell me your favorite team. What's your favorite team, basketball? So I'm at Balboa Park, which is here in San Diego, and we're taking our wife out, my wife and the family out. We always go down there. We go to the the 3D, what's it called?
The IMAX theater.
Yeah, the Dynamite, where we see the videos in 360 degree.
And
we're walking around, and then there's this entrepreneur selling some Kobe shirts. Now, I just got to go full. You just go, look, I love basketball. I coached basketball. I'm all about basketball. And I'm just like, thank you for the memories.
Oh, wow.
He died so tragically in that helicopter crash. And I'm like, I got to have that shirt. Like, look, I didn't go to Balboa Park to buy a shirt, but I was not going to leave without this shirt. And then I wear it sometimes I don't wear it, right? So I want you guys, here's what I'm trying to do, like, which, by the way, who can tell me what the saying was on the shirt 2 shirts ago? Quote that saying in here, what the saying was, and $25 gift certificate for you. And all you got to do is, if you're a winner, you email support@launchcard.com that I won, and tell us what you won, and you'll get that $25 shirt. Okay, see, we got some, the Globetrotters. Oh, the Celtics are still in it, and Gospel Swag's got the Warriors. Our Nuggets, I'm a Denver fan. The Nuggets, they got beat by Minnesota Game 7. Okay, so this is cool, right? So I'm making it fun. I'm making this fun. Hopefully, I hope you guys enjoying this. I'm enjoying it, right? But there's a really, really big lesson here. Okay, really big. So as we coach you and mentor you to build your merch stores, we want you to have your logoed merch. We want that. We want you to have that stuff going. But you also got to think about what designs really emotionally attract your audience. Okay? And I'm gonna go into this a little bit here in just a second. But it's so important. Candace and I can't tell you how many times people come to us and they think they got the $1 million design. And we see so many designs, it's like we don't ever want to poo-poo somebody's dream, but if it doesn't have that emotional pull, it's not going to get people to buy it, right? And again, like one of our clients, that they have a cancer schmancer, right? Cancer schmancer is Fran Drescher, and she's a cancer survivor, and they have logo all over their merch. I'm like, this is cool. We want the logoed merch, yeah, but we need to put some designs up that speak to cancer. And I'll give you just a quick example. So, my wife recently battled cancer and won. Like, we just had a miracle and the tumor's gone. Literally after like a year, the miracle's gone, cancer tumor's gone. So there's this design that sold millions and millions and millions of shirts called F Cancer. I won't say it on here, but F Cancer. And I saw the design. I was just impressed how many t-shirts sold, and I was impressed by how many volume it did. And I'm like, wow, this is amazing. But it did not resonate with me. I had no desire to buy that shirt. Then all of a sudden, my wife gets diagnosed with cancer, and I'm like, boom, it resonated with me. Now I want to say F Cancer. Like, I want to fight it with that attitude, right? So I went and looked for it one day to buy a shirt, but I couldn't find one. So I never did get one. Now I don't have to because it's gone. But I want you guys to take this to the bank, that we have to think about, and again, now with ChatGPT and your avatar, all that kind of stuff, it's going to kind of help come together. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. I want to go get a glass of water real quick. So I'll be right back. Candace, give me 30 seconds. And then I'm going to go into, and I'm going to show you some strategies and some tools that we use to, well, I'm thinking the word spy. We spy, but maybe that's not a good term because the internet and people are listening.
It's market research.
Market research. We got to do our market research. There you go. All right, thanks. I'll be right back.
Yeah, today we're going to go over some market research and then actually show you how to build a product, which I take pride in that because I'm very particular how I create my print-on-demand products. I have little tricks, I have hacks, but I also have things that are going to just, like, how I build products is to make sure that my store is elevated and it looks beautiful and we look like we're one of the big brands. Because there's little tips and tricks that I'm going to teach you today that are going to make your store and products look like that. So I'm super excited for that. And then also to show you how to find designs. Because like I said, in Dope Mamas, 95% of those products in my store, I outsourced. And I did market research. I was chasing the trends. So we're going to show you how to do that today.
Dokie. So, as we kind of get moving today, we want to think about our audience, our avatar, and this is something that's always overlooked by people. And I know Justin teaches this and has been doing it for decades, is we always want to look at who our avatar is. So I'm going to go and I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to talk about a brand that I had a little bit of movement on today. So this is kind of some good news for everybody. Boom, let me share my screen. Add the stage. Rescue Joe. So here's a brand that I'm creating, and I want to point out some elements for you guys to consider, right? So Rescue Joe, drink a cup, save a pup. When I came up with the idea of Rescue Joe, it's a play off words because people call coffee Joe, cup of Joe. Let's have a cup of Joe. And my wife, she is very witty. She's a very witty person. And she came up with the tagline, drink a cup, save a pup. So we thought that's fantastic, right? And what I've done here is I have combined two things that are emotional to people. People love their coffee. How many of you guys love your coffee? Like, I don't need coffee. I don't necessarily want, but I get up every single day and have a cup of coffee. I love I only drink one cup. I love my coffee. But I also love dogs and rescue dogs. We've bred dogs and we've had rescue dogs my whole life. And right now we have this really cool dog that Candace came home and said, "Dad, can I get a dog?" And she's little, this was 11 years ago. Right? And she's like, so she would have been 17. We got to get a dog. And so we ended up getting this dog, and she calls it hers, but it's really mine. It's really me and my wife's, but she says it's hers because she talks into getting it. Right?
It's my baby. That just the grandparents have adopted because they fell in love and wouldn't let me take her with me.
And so you think about that and you go, where's this one? this dog is a rescue dog, and it was like a mix of a retriever and a chihuahua, if you can visualize that. But she's amazing. She's 11 years old. She's an amazing dog. Okay, so I love my dog and I love my coffee, right? So now you're combining people who are coffee addicted fanatics, and there's a coffee connoisseurs, and there's coffee brands like Black Rifle Coffee and all these different coffee brands out there. Matter of fact, how many of you might want to start your own coffee brand? If you didn't have to roast it, you didn't have to buy the beans, you didn't have to bag it, you didn't have to ship it. All you did is put your logo on somebody else's coffee and they drop ship it for you. I got a new supplier today for coffee. We're meeting him in Tennessee on Monday. Okay, so I'm going up to Tennessee to meet him on Monday, and he's going to be at an event that I'm going to be at, and we're going to have coffee for anyone who wants to have their own white label coffee brand. Okay, so we're going to launch Rescue Joe Coffee, and we're going to rescue with different shirts and apparel, right? So I have to say to myself, okay, I want to have my Rescue Joe logo, and we came with some different designs. Drink a cup, save a pup, right? Some cool stuff. But again, that's not quite out there. So what I want to do is I want to do some research. I want to find designs that are guaranteed to sell. So this is my tool. So one of my tools that I use is called Helium 10. They might have changed their name to Helium 11, but Helium 11 is a little tool that I go to and I type in. Actually, I'll show you what I did. Amazon. I go to Amazon.com and I just go in here and I type in let's see, I'm going to type in Rescue Dog Graphic T-shirt. Okay, and it's going to pull up best boxer dad ever. All right, it pulls up all this stuff. Now the little tool that I have adds stuff on the page so I can spy on the numbers. Rescue mama, rescued my favorite breed, rescued this, right? And then what I do is I click on a button. I already did it, so I'm going to do it up here. And it shows me the total revenue, the average price, and these different things about what's going on. So I've sorted by dollar amount, and this dog right here, Crazy Dog Men's T-shirt, has sold $13,000. And this has been so long since I did this, because back when we were actually running stuff, my dog thinks I'm cool. How simple is that? How simple is that, right? $13,000 in revenues and sales. 726 people have bought this in the last 30 days. Okay, so this is the concept that if I want to sell shirts that emotionally pull, people like, and people want to buy, I go and I can make my own. My dog thinks I'm cool. That's not trademarked. I would probably change the font. I would probably add my Rescue Joe logo to that image somewhere, or put it on the sleeve or something as a double hit. And now I've got a design that basically is guaranteed to sell, because there's proof of it selling right there. And I could spend an hour and show you case after case after case after case after case after case of when you type in, Christian this or grandma that or whatever it is. And if you find graphic tees, you're going to be able to see if you use my little tool. And I got the free version. There's a paid version, but you can also just kind of see based on like how many. Let me go back here. I'll blow it up again. Sometimes you can get a little indication. 3,475 ratings. Now that's for this company called Novelty Tea. So you can go look at Novelty Tea's store and kind of get an idea. Maybe they're selling nothing but dog stuff. Maybe they're selling all kinds of stuff. But some of these people, they know how to chase trends. They know how to find stuff that actually sells, right? So that's just one tool. But again, and Candace will even comment on this, this is another place where you come to get inspiration going, I just know I got Rescue Joe, but I don't know what kind of designs to create. I don't know what I should do. So we come here and now I've got all kinds of things. And again, don't copy somebody else's design. Don't steal somebody else's design, but use it for inspiration and go, oh, I can do this. I can change the color. I can change the font. I can rearrange the words, and I can do it a certain way.
Yeah. And really quick, honestly, like copycat marketing, there's terms copycat marketing, but also you don't have to reinvent the wheel. That's why I will go to Amazon. I'm going to show you a couple other places in a moment to get inspo. And I will just go, I will sometimes just, I'll recreate the design as similar as I can, you know. And I want you to think about it though. Some people I've heard, you know, they're like, oh no, you shouldn't do that. Or, oh no, that's not authentic. How many different stores have you been in that all sell something that's very similar? Like, for example, Lululemon, it's a very, you know, big activewear brand. Target has now created dupes. The leggings, the t-shirts, the material, all very similar. And it's just like way cheaper, right? The Stanley cups, they blew up. They've been blown up. There's multiple brands who have now come out with a cup that looks very similar to Stanley. So these are big, big brands who are very smart, who are not reinventing the wheel. They're staying with the trends. They're doing their own market research and they're mimicking it. So that's why, you know, it is important to come to these places and get inspo. And just, if you know that it's a design, a product that's going to be in alignment with your audience or what you are envisioning to create, then you go mimic it because you know it's working. And big brands do this all the time. There's dupes everywhere.
Now, let me tell you how you go deep on a design. So I love this design, right? Because again, think about crossover markets. You got the red, white, and blue in the paw. So now we're crossing over into the Patriot world. We got the best dog dad ever. So this could be a great t-shirt as a gift for a wife to buy for his husband, a kid to buy for his dad, a dad to buy for, or granddad to buy for his son. You know, there's all kinds of different things there, but it's got the dog. Now you can take that dog head and you can put a golden retriever there. You could put a Chihuahua there. You could put a bulldog there. You could put you could put different dogs on that shirt, and now you have one design with multiple different designs. Because if I have a bulldog and I'm a bulldog lover, I don't necessarily want a picture of a golden retriever on my shirt.
And what
right?
dogs are really, and you know what, going with trends, there's trends with dogs too. Like golden doodles, those are dogs that are high in demand. Golden retrievers are always high in demand, but golden doodles are really high in demand. Just a few years ago, it was the Frenchies. So a lot of people caught on to that. And what do you know? They built a whole store around Frenchie merchandise, golden doodle merchandise. I had a client who breeds ragdoll kittens, which blew up as well. Like this is like now like 6 years ago. And what do you know? All these new stores, new boutiques were all selling merchandise for those owners. So of course, because you're probably like, oh, there's so many dogs. Which dog do I pick? You kind of do some market research and you figure out what dog is being, you know, I know they're not rescued, but there's a lot of breeds that are being bought. And then you can build a whole store around that, serving that type of dog owner.
Yep.
Cat owner.
So there's some ideas and some foundational work you can do on your stuff. So let's do one more. I love coffee graphic tee. And you can type different search terms. Sunshine and coffee, the day without coffee. You know, I like coffee and my 3 people. I just want coffee and snuggle with my dog, right? So again, in my little tool, and you might have to pay for, if you really get serious about this, you want to pay for the version and you get better stats and do that stats. We used to pay for it, but I'm not paying for it right now. But this is just, again, how you can find out if designs are guaranteed to sell. If they're on here and they're selling, you can sell them, right? So that's one. So let's go into a second one. The other one is Etsy. So Etsy, I got some extra tabs out here. So Etsy is, so I went to Etsy and I typed in rescue dog graphic t-shirt, just like I did on Amazon, and it comes up here. Now I got this little tool called Etsy Hunt that I use, and I can hover over it. It says, okay, this one's made 2 sales in the last 7 days, 0. This one's new. This one's made 1 sale, last 7 days, 0. This one's made 44 sales, last sale in 7 days, 0. Right? So I can come through here and I can kind of look at, and I can also look at how many stars they have and what's going on. This one has sold 190 shirts, but in the last 7 days, 0. This one has sold 760 shirts in the last 7 days, 139. So I can use my tools and do my research and kind of find out what's selling. And this tool also has a paid version, and I got the free version. And with the paid version, you get even more stuff. There's other tools. Like if you just Google Amazon spying tool or research tool and Etsy research tool, you can find this out. Now, one thing I do want to point out as you see this, look at their mock-ups. They have a different trend on, like, these don't look like Printful mock-ups. These don't look like a lot of the mock-ups that we use. And people sell these mock-up packs, and Candace will probably show you that. But they got like the shirt, they got the shoes and the jeans next to the product, right? So it's kind of interesting how they do their mock-ups. And mock-ups matter. Mock-ups matter a lot. The better you can do on a mock-up. And what I coach on is don't spend a lot of time on a mock-up until you know you got a seller or you're really committed to that design. Because what I see a lot of people doing is I see them spending a lot of time on mock-ups and store building and not marketing. Like literally, it doesn't matter. You can't spend 4 hours on a product and a design and then not spend time and money and energy marketing it. You have to do both. You have to get both going on there. So that's how we leverage our time, and we do research to find designs that are guaranteed to sell. And for the most part, it works in any niche. It works just about anywhere, and you can do it just about anything. And you can find designs that are guaranteed to sell.
Yeah, and also something else that I see a lot of our community members do, or students do, they spend a lot of time building the store with like 50 to 100 plus products out of the gate. Don't worry about filling up your store with that many products. Like, because I've seen people go to these different places, purchase these design packs, and their store is just overwhelmed with all these products. They spent all this money on these designs, and only maybe one or two of them sell, right? Which, you still got to test, right? Test. This is what we're showing you isn't a guarantee you're going to make thousands of dollars per each sale design. You just want to see what's winning, what's working. But like, launch a collection. I always say start with the collection, which a collection can be like 25 products. And when I say 25 products, I mean maybe 3 to 4 designs across, like one design on 4 different products, a second design on 4 different products. Because if you launch with like 100 products, 100 designs, you don't have any, you can't really market and email your customers saying, hey, we dropped a new collection. So it's like launch with the collection and then get some momentum, get some feedback, get sales. And then in the next 30 to 45 days, launch a new collection, email your database. I've launched a new collection, you guys, check it out. You asked and I answered, and here you go. And you'll eventually have a store full of products, but don't get hung up on launching hundreds and hundreds of products out of the gate.
And let me say this about that. The same thing goes with variants and colors. We see people build a product and they have 25 different colors. Don't do that.
I'll be going over that when we build products. He's saying don't overwhelm with colors, which we'll go over that when we build the product. Okay, now next is what Candace was getting at. This is a pro tip, right? I love Justin's terms of pro tip. I love this design. Again, it's got the red, white, and blue. It's got the paw. It's obvious what it is. I'm going to post this on social media. I'm going to run an ad to this shirt, and I'm going to direct people to this page. I am not going to send people to buy this shirt to my homepage. I will never make any sales doing that. But if I say, okay, I want to see how this shirt, like say I do a $5 budget on this shirt, a $5 budget on this shirt, and I run ads and I send people directly to that product. If the product sells, it sells. If it doesn't sell, it's not a good product, not a good design. It's not resonating. I got my audience is wrong. Something's wrong, right? And I also want to point out another pro tip, which we're not going to get into today, but see this pricing strategy? I'm not making a lot of money at $15.75, like literally maybe making $1, $2 after costs and merchant costs and all that stuff. But my attitude is when you're trying to make money selling merch, if it won't sell at $15.75, it's not going to sell at $22.50. You guys get that? If I can't get people to buy it at the lower price, they're not going to buy it at the higher price. So, and you're new, you're getting your store going, you want to get the pixels going, you want to get customers, you want to get people wearing your stuff, you want to get some feedback. Price your products on launch as low as you can, or at least have a couple what I call hero products that, hey, this is going to attract my ideal customer. Let me sell this as cheap as I possibly can. And the idea is we're going to use funnels and upsells and downsells and order bumps to get more money out of people. Okay, so that's kind of everything I had to go over, unless I'm forgetting something, Candace. Yeah, so I'm going to start sharing my screen. So
hey, how do you guys like this shirt, by the way? Anyone want to do some all over print American flag shirts? We're going to be adding them into the marketplace soon.
Awesome. So he just shared with you guys how to do market research, how to not reinvent the wheel, how to find winning designs. Now you're like, okay, great, Greg, where do I go to buy designs? So just how he was showing you how to do market research on Etsy, I go to Etsy and another platform called Creative Fabrica. I'll show you in a moment. And this is where I buy 95% of my designs. If I'm not creating them myself on Canva or buying them or like hiring someone on Fiverr, I'm coming to Etsy or Creative Fabrica. So what you're going to want to do is come to Etsy. And, you know, for me, for Dope Mamas, I'm serving the cool moms. I'm serving the mom community. So all I'm going to do is search different keywords. Like I just searched cool mom. I could search mama. I could search Mother's Day. And then I always add SVG. Okay. So I honestly am so bad. I forget what that stands for, but it basically means so you can, it's the file that you're able to print on products and you're able to like print. Let's say someone had their own print shop. It's like that high resolution where you're able to download it and put it on your own goods.
It's called a scalable vector graphic, which means you can make it big and small. You can put it on shower curtains. You can put it on coffee mugs.
Yeah.
And it doesn't lose its resolution. So that's the best format to use.
See? That's why I have the father-daughter duo. I just know what I do, and I'm like, I don't know what it stands for. I just know that's what I got to search. So, you know, I typed in Cool Mom SVG. I'm already here, and as you can see, look at all these designs, you guys. So right here, mom bundle for Mother's Day, $3.85. That's why I love coming to Etsy because it's so affordable, but that doesn't mean since it's so affordable, I'm going to go spend $50 on 100 plus designs. I'm going to pick a few and launch with a few. Okay. But something to look for is on Etsy, it's a little bit different than Creative Fabrica, which I'm going to share in just a moment. You want to make sure you're getting the commercial license, which means you're able to use these designs and put them on your own goods. So what you're going to want to do is once you find a design or a design pack, you're going to come over here to item details and click learn more about this item. It's normally down towards the bottom, and right here it does say you must purchase a commercial license if you wish to sell our designs as screen print transfers, sublimation. So basically it's saying that in order to use this and put it on products, I need a commercial license. So in this case, I'm not going to buy this product. I'm not going to go purchase their license. And sometimes the licenses are like $5, $10, but I'm still not going to spend that extra money because what if I buy this, I load it into my store and I don't sell anything. So now that's eating into my profit. So I typically, when it comes to Etsy, it's different on Creative Fabrica, I will not buy designs unless the commercial license is included. So going back over here, you guys, who's tuning in, I want to hear if you already know what you want to sell and who you want to sell to. Give me some keywords so I could search right here just to show you how easy it is. Like my dad, one of his passions, hobbies is hang gliding. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to type in hang glide SVG. Let's see. I wonder. I'm curious. Hang glider, maybe hang glider.
Gliding, maybe.
Hang glide. Look at that. There's different designs. Now, what you're like, see how there's no reviews on these? That means like these haven't sold yet. There's reviews on, let's see, there's on a lot, but I don't really know what these designs are, but I'm going to click on them. This has 40,000 reviews. That means that there's 40,000 reviews for the seller. Etsy changed it. It used to show just the reviews for the item. So what I do to check for the reviews on the item, which is kind of how I verify that, it could be there could be a winning design in here. This is a big bundle. But when you see the 40,000 reviews, you'll see reviews for the shop. And then I always look for reviews for this item. And if there's anything over like 20, 25 reviews, honestly, I'm like, okay, that's a good one because I probably know that there's triple of people who have bought. They just haven't written a review, and the reviews are meaningful on Etsy because that means people who've bought this are not only happy with the product, but also that they're probably selling it as well. And their customers are happy. So that's why if you're not buying the spy tools or the market research tools, as we call it, you can also look for the reviews on Etsy. Okay, really quick, I'm going to search what I see. Manifestation from Carmen. That's a good one. That's really big. Manifestation. And once again, you can search different words. Like, I love myself. Like in manifestation, there's affirmations. I love myself, the universe. Just always search those keywords and then SVG. And just you come through here, you scroll, and I'm always going to look for the reviews. I'm going to see which one have reviews. Manifesting Blessings. Okay, that one looks good. And it doesn't look like there's any reviews on this product. It looks like it's just reviews for the shop. But either way, this is an emotional pool right here, right? I am a person who is all about blessings, blessing people, receiving blessings, and manifesting. So, this could be worth testing and putting into your store because it's going to create that emotional connection with your potential customer. I see some good ones. So Joel said cycling, Christian, faith-based. So you could come into Etsy and search all these keywords and find designs and design packs, and they're all affordable.
And let me give you guys one other really pro tip, right? I talked to you a couple days ago about giving you guys the most smartest, fastest, smartest, most wittiest assistant in the world. Ask ChatGPT what the best sayings would be and for graphic tees for your avatar. Because again, some of these designs really speak to Candace's age, and some of them speak to grandpas and grandmas. And again, I'm not smart enough to figure that out. So let's go ask this artificial intelligence who's got the world's database at its tips, and it can help you figure that stuff out, as well as give you inspiration as too.
Yeah, if you're using ChatGPT and it's giving you sayings and quotes, I still would go verify, go search those sayings, go search those quotes online, and make sure that someone's selling it. Because that's another thing I see a lot of students, they're like, they create something that is, super unique that no one's seen anywhere. And I know you guys might be like, but I love it. Guess what? You are not your customer. You're selling to your customer. So, and I do that too. I'm like, oh, this is going to sell. It's going to be hot. And then it flops, right? Like a great story is my Dope Mamas logo. Dope Mamas, mind you guys, is a store that I built to learn Launchcart. That was its sole purpose, was just to learn the platform. And now, since I have built it up, it's definitely a goal of mine to continue to grow that and promote that and have that be one of my side hustles. But at the time, I created a logo. I created 4 variations, and the one that is the logo was my least favorite. I went to my Instagram community and I put it on an Instagram story and I said, hey, vote, like, which one's your favorite logo? And this one was the winner. And it was my least favorite logo. And I was like, what? Everyone loves this logo? I didn't like it. I'm like, one day I'm going to revamp it, but I'm going to still go to my audience and I'm still going to go to my community and I'm going to ask them. I'm going to keep them engaged and involved. So you don't know what you don't know. And I know sometimes we create designs, we love them, but still ask your community if you can. Post it in different Facebook groups, which I'll maybe talk about tomorrow. Post it in different Facebook groups and be like, which design do you like? You want to ask your community because you're ultimately serving them, right? So if you have of course there can come a day and a time where you are creating a very unique design that no one's ever seen. It's something that you created in your mind and it does work and it does sell. But I would focus on building that list community first, so you have someone to promote that, unique product too. Hope that made sense. Okay, so I just shared with you Etsy. Like I said, you just go to Etsy, type in those keywords plus SVG. Another one is Creative Fabrica. So this one's actually just literally for like designs and design packs. The only reason why I go to Etsy is because I like to see like the reviews. And then also typically whenever I'm searching something, like if I type in mom Halloween, let me see if this works. Yeah, see, it's going to typically on the first couple pages, they're going to show me what is selling. So that's like kind of my own market research there that I'm like, okay, people are liking these, first 20 designs. Where on, Creative Fabrica, there's not really reviews. It's just strictly a design. So I go back and forth. I go to Etsy to do the market research and might come over here. And something cool with Creative Fabrica though, anytime you purchase, you do get the POD commercial license no matter what. So same thing. I'm not going to go deep into this. You would just search the design. You don't have to search SVG, like mom life humor. Let me go back. I was trying to look at that. But see, come in here. Look at all these design packs. This one says it's $3 for a full pack. And see right here, this like groovy, hippie, this was super trendy and it still is, but just like this was a year ago, this like hippie, like font vibe blew up and like, you know, in my, you know, if you want to talk about target audience, in my target audience. And another one was like more Western cowboy style. So that's why you got to chase the trends as well. Obviously figure out who your target audience is, but chase those trends and see what's in alignment with them. So yeah, so I would, like I said, use Etsy and Creative Fabrica. Okay, guys. So those are the two places that I use to do market research and to buy products and design packs. And sometimes what I do, you know, I'll come over here and I'll screenshot this like whole page and I pick out the few that I like. And then I'll go, like I said, to different Facebook groups and I'm like, hey, comment below your favorite design. So that I'm seeing, you know, hey, is this going to work? Is this design going to work? And then I purchase it. And then once, and I have to make one more comment. You might be, because I've heard this before on other challenges. Everyone's like, oh, well, you know, if I buy, like, you know, if I'm on Etsy and I saw 1,000 people bought the same design, that doesn't mean there's 1,000 sellers selling it. Yes and no. But do you know how many people are in just America and then the globe? That like millions, right? So you launching a store that has the same design as 1,000 other sellers, chances are they're not going to see those other stores, right? They're on your store. And that's why I always coach people to have your own e-commerce store, because yes, if you are selling on Etsy and if you are selling on Amazon, yeah, you have competition with other 100 plus people selling the same product. There's competition. But if you're driving traffic to your store, there's no competition. They're not seeing the other 90 sellers selling something very similar. They're coming to you. And also, just like I shared my story about the candle shop, 2 different candle shops selling candles, but I chose to purchase at the one that was actually more expensive because I created an emotional connection. So, you know, I don't want you to get in that lack mindset and that imposter mindset. If you see a design, you know your audience is going to like it. It looks like it's a winning design and you want to go with it, get it. Promote it to your audience because you're serving someone different. Like if let's say Carmen, you know, it has a store serving moms. Her and I are, just because we are different, we're going to serve different moms. So that's why we can sell the same design, but we're serving 2 different people. So I wanted to just, you know, drop that little seed for you.
Okay, so it's time to dive into, you got to build a product on Printful, and then we're going to wrap things up. So Candace is absolutely an expert at building these products, and she's very attention to detail, where I'm like lickety split, ready, fire, aim. So make sure you guys are paying close attention to some of the hacks she's getting ready to show you and teach you, because it really is important that you understand how to use Printful as a place to get your designs and push your designs. And she just basically talked, you know, put the Launch Cart's design marketplace out of business. We're giving everybody some design marketplaces, so you got to go into design marketplace, buy a couple designs there with the free credits we gave you. I can't compete with Creative Fabrica. They give you too many designs in Etsy.
Yeah, so I don't think we created a Printful account. So for time's sake, I'm just gonna log into my Printful account and I'll build a product in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. Where to go? Okay, so really quick, just like Launch Cart, you can have one account in multiple stores. Same thing with Printful and Printify. In today's case, I'm gonna go over Printful. You can have one account in multiple stores. But something to note, if you guys did your homework and created your Printful account, you want to make sure that you also are setting up your account properly. So once you create your Printful account, make sure you're heading over to billing and into payments or billing methods, and make sure you go add a card on file. Because once you start selling on your Launch Cart store, if you don't have a credit card or debit card connected to your Printful or Printify account, they cannot start production. So that's in the foundational pieces and the foundational steps that when you create these accounts that you are adding that those payment methods in here, okay? And I always recommend, if you can get like a business credit card or you have a credit card, hook up your credit card so you can accumulate points. Like I know some people who have American Airlines, so they use their credit card because, you know, when someone buys a product from your store, they're paying that retail price, but then Printful is charging you that like wholesale seller price, right? So that's why you need a card on file. And if you're using a credit card, you can get points. So just a little pro tip, as Justin would say. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go into Dope Mamas. And I know I keep saying I'm going to go quick because we're short on time. I'm going to go quick. So if you got to watch this replay, watch this replay. If you got to slow it down, slow it down. But I want to make sure we get through this so that we can go get into the Q&A. So I'm going to go over here and click add product. Okay. And you can come through here. I encourage you to come look at the catalog, look at what's all available to you. I don't have time to do that today. See what's in there. And something else that I love about Printful is they have the reviews, because just like all these other brands, Printful as well is chasing the trends. So like, for example, the Stanley water bottles blew up. Guess what? Printful went and outsourced a travel mug with handle, and they launched this tumbler right around that time. So this is chasing the trends right here. So Printful's always launching new products, and sometimes, like literally for the most part, all their products are great, like 95% of the time. But there'll be sometimes where like they launch a product and the reviews will tell you that people aren't fond of it. Like for example, it actually has great reviews now, but this journal, let's see if I can find this journal, because I love journals. I love notebooks. They launched a notebook and a journal, and it's this one, or it's one of these. I don't know, one of them. It rather than having like lines, it's all little dots. So they have great reviews, but for me, good thing I read the reviews, because someone said that. They're like, hey, I ordered this. I thought it was gonna have lines, but it has dots, you know? So make sure you're still looking at the reviews. And, you know, the reviews are always going to be from the sellers. So it's like me commenting saying, hey, I sell this journal in my store. My customers are loving it. Hey, I'm selling this crop sweatshirt, and I have a lot of customers saying to size down. So I love to read the reviews and look for that, just in case, at least for the apparel, if it makes any comments like that, so that I can add it into my product description. Like, hey, size up, size down. You know, we want to give all the information to the customers so they're happy and they come back and they refer more people to your store. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to search. It's one of my favorite t-shirts, 3001 Bella Canvas. Okay. So, you know, there's a saying, what is it, Pop? It's like good, better, best. There's the Gildan, that's good. And then the better is Bella. So I prefer Bella. It's a little bit more higher quality. Gildan, they're still great. They're one of their top selling t-shirts on Printful. They're a little bit cheaper, but I love the soft feeling, so I'm always going to pick Bella. So once again, you got to figure out, who are you attracting? Are you attracting and you want an audience who care about quality? Then you're probably going to want to go for the Bella. If you're selling products, people just care about, hey, they just want to support the mission and they don't care what the quality is. They love the t-shirt, they love the design, then go with the Gildan.
Yeah. No, think about that for a second, because to me, I like the Gildan. It's heavy, plus winter and summer. You have lighter t-shirts and heavier t-shirts. And you think about, but I love what Candace's phrase is, like, think about your customer, what they're expecting, and make sure you meet their expectations from that perspective.
Yes. Okay, so 3001 Bella, or let me backstage. Let's see what happens. Oh, here. It's a unisex tee. It's Bella Canvas. That's a brand, Bella Canvas. And it's going to load it up. Okay. Right here, it's going to load me into product. And you're going to see I could do DTG printing, directed garment, or embroidery, which is really cool. So if you wanted to do some embroidery, you can select this one, and they're going to literally stitch on your designs and logos. Something to note, though, when it comes to embroidery, it needs to be a more simple design logo. It can't have so much detail, because then it's not going to stitch well. In this case, we're only going to focus on DTG. So as you can see, I have my shirt over here. There's different colors picked. My dad mentioned it. Something else, I advise you, I encourage you to not pick 12 different colors to put in your store. I would say to at least always add white and black. You're probably going to find out soon that black's going to be one of your top selling t-shirt colors, and the neutral colors, right? Black and white. And then if you want to add some colors, I say add, one or two more that are going to be on brand. So Dope Mamas, my colors are pink and green. I might go add the forest color, okay? I might add a pink. Or I might just stick with black and white, and then I'll come back seasonally and add more colors. Meaning I'll come back around Christmas and I'll add red and green. Around Easter, I'll add the pastel colors, which is the light pink, the baby blue. For St. Patty's Day, I might come and add a green. So what I'll typically do that, I'll add, the black and white, and then I'll add, a third color that's one or two more colors that are on brand. And then when it comes to the seasons, I'll come back and add those colors. And then guess what? I'm emailing my customers, and I'll email those who bought this design. If they bought my small business mama tee, I'll say, hey, you bought my tee, you know, so-and-so ago. I just launched it in Christmas colors, you know, shop now to get it and be festive with, you know, the season we're in. So something to think about too. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I picked my 4 colors. Oh, the reason why I was saying all that was because if you overwhelm your customers with 12 choices, chances are they're going to be on that cart page and they're going to go, I don't know, or that product page and be like, which one do I like? I don't know. I can't pick between, and they don't add it to their cart and they don't click buy. So we want to help our customer. We want to give them a great customer experience journey and make it easy for them. Because I'm sure some of you guys have been in here and you've shopped somewhere, right? And you see some, like for me, water bottles. Love water bottles. I was at Target. They had like 20 different colors. And I was literally in that aisle for 40 minutes. My boyfriend was like, we got to go. Come on, let's go. And I was like, I don't know which one I want. And I ended up getting one, granted. But I still was there and it kind of got me stressed out and I got overwhelmed. So we don't want that for your customer.
No, you don't want that for your customer for sure. That's all I was going to say.
Oh, thank you, Pops, for that validation. That my dad knows though, because that's my mom and I. We'll sit and my dad's there waiting for us, and we're like looking. He's like, "Come on." He's like, "Let's go." Okay, where did my screen go? Okay, so upload or drop your design here. In this case, I'm just going to I actually have a lot of designs in here already, but so I'm just gonna pick one right here. So this is funny.
And make a note when you do buy designs from the Launch Cart Design Marketplace, they're automatically going to show up in your designs at Printful. Our technology pushes them right into Printful for you.
Yeah. So this design's funny, you guys. So if I have any of my mamas in here, this is Mama's Boobery, open 24/7, always on tap. This was a Mother's Day design that I was promoting around Mother's Day. So, you know, I could put this on this. I'm going to put it on this shirt. Okay. And here's a couple things I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure that I'm moving my design up. Obviously, depending on your design, maybe you want it in the middle, but for most of the cases, you want to move it up higher on the neckline. Now, you don't want to put, these are my pro tips, you guys, so make sure you're listening in. You don't want to put your design super high, okay? That's very high on the neckline. It doesn't look well. How do I know this? Through trial and error from doing that and ordering products and then me getting them and being like, oh my gosh, this is too high on my neckline. So what I like to do is that you got to eyeball it, which is what is pretty cool about Printful and Printify. Their mock-up generator is pretty accurate. So I'm going to eyeball it. I'm going to move it down. I'm going to move it. See if that looks too low. It's like, I think the rule is like 4 inches from the collar. So you kind of got to like eyeball it, but see, and there we go. And make sure you're putting it in the box. Something else, another pro tip, if you're launching a design, don't make it small. People are buying your design because they have a connection with it. There's an emotional connection. So you want it loud and proud. Not too big, not too small. Okay. So I'm going to make it back big up here. I positioned it. If you're OCD like me, sometimes I come to position and right here I put center horizontally to make sure that it's perfectly centered. Okay. So I have my design right here. I'm not going to do this today, but something so you guys note, you can add a back design, a design on your left sleeve, right sleeve. You can even put your own design, your logo in the inside label. Okay. I'm going to show you this because it's actually really cool. Select, I picked which one I wanted. So what they're going to do is tear away the label and they're going to put your logo in here. Dope Mamas. Let's see. Here's my logo right here. I'd actually use a rectangular logo. Watch. See, I just deleted that. It's pretty easy to do that. Dope Mamas, because this is really cool, you guys. A lot of people don't know this about print-on-demand products. So here we go. So now when someone receives this product, they're gonna have my logo in there. So if someone's like, Candace, I love that shirt. I want to buy that shirt, which I'm gonna talk about this in a moment. But they're like, oh my gosh, I love this shirt. Where'd you get it? I could be like, oh, I don't remember. Look at the tag. What does the tag say? It says Dope Mamas. Oh yeah, Dope Mamas. So branding matters. So, you know, you could add an inside label, but something to note, it does increase your like wholesale price $2.49. So you're gonna want to, you know, be aware of that when you're pricing your product. Same thing if you add anything to the back, to the left sleeve, to the right sleeve, it's going to increase that price. So I always say starting off, if you're starting off and you don't have an audience and you're building an audience, you're building a business, I would say at least just do the front and the inside label. And as you start growing and you start to grow a really strong audience that's going to buy anything from you, right? They're like, I don't care what Candace is selling. I love her products. I'm going to buy it. Then you can start adding some back and front, inside label, and then you're going to charge more because now your price is going up and the value has just gone up, you know, the value has gone up so you can charge more. Okay. So as you can see, I have a design here that's only going to work on light colored variants. So I have a black design. It's only going to work on this white one and this pink one. So off camera, I'll do for time's sake, I'm going to post a video into the group and I'll share with you how to, you know, create this product and then come back and add a design for the darker colored t-shirts. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to click X on this because I can't, it's not going to print well, right? I'm going to come back.
And real quick, I do want to say that black t-shirts are the #1 selling color t-shirt in the world.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I was like, even if you add all these colors, you're going to find out black. Why? Because black is slimming. Black is flattering. My whole half my closet, you guys, actually more than half, it's really embarrassing, is like all black. It's a problem. It's a problem. And I have like 20 black pair of leggings. It's a problem. I'm trying to add color into my wardrobe and it's been tough. But in this case, just because I already put this design on here, I'm going to go with the light color design. Like I said, off camera, I will be coming back and I'll be adding the, you know, darker colored variants. So something to note whenever you're purchasing designs, maybe you're on Etsy or Creative Fabrica and they're only giving you the black colored variants. You know, a lot of these design packs will give you the black color designs and the white color designs. So make a lookout for that. Make sure you're getting that. I have tips and tricks that I could show later on. You know, maybe you bought a design and they're only giving you the black design and you want it in white. I can show you later on how to modify it yourself. But yeah, anyways, I'm kind of going on a tangent. So I picked my variants. I added my design. My pro tip was not too high on the neckline, not too low, not too big, not too small. I like to come over here to mock-ups and kind of look at it. Like, not every product's going to have this option up here for mock-ups. Printful is changing, so hopefully soon enough it will. So if you have the option up here to look at mock-ups, click on that and see what it looks like. Is it too high? Is it too low? Is it too big? It looks pretty good. So now, oh, look, I was going to click continue, but it said inside label template design can't be empty. So let's see, why is it empty? Oh, interesting. I don't know what happened there. So I'm going to go back and get my design. And what's cool in Printful is you can create libraries. So I have libraries of all my different designs that I have. So let's see, Dope Mamas. I'm going to add it. Here we go. Looks good. Continue. So now I'm continuing to the next step. You can do custom mockups, which, you know, you can use templates. See how it has a cool background. You can play with that. I don't really play with it, but you can choose mockups basic. And then you come over here. This is another thing that I love about Printful and Printify. They have all these mockups for you to choose from. And Printful, over the past year now, they've added a lot of more models. So I'm actually, if you've been following me for a long time, you know that I typically use Placeit for most of my mockups. But now that Printful has been adding some more, I kind of use both. So you can see there's some with models, right? A guy and a girl. And then once again, I'm going to look at these mockups and make sure that is my design too big, too small. Like right here, it kind of looks too big, but then on another one, it looks good. So I kind of look and see, does it look good on most of the mockups? And if it looks big on one, then I can assume it's going to look good when they order it. So you can pick and choose. I personally like to use the flat lay mockups, and then I'll come back and add lifestyle images later. When I say lifestyle images, I mean like a model. I call lifestyle with a model. So I'll come back and add more models. But I like to use the flat lay mockups because especially when it comes to merchandise, you know, it's a t-shirt, and I want people to focus on the design. It's a personal preference. So I have my flat lay mockup format. It's always going to say JPEG, like auto select. Make sure you're never selecting PNG. PNG will be bulkier, and it has the chance to slow down the speed of your website. So you always want JPEG. I'm going to click continue. I'm going to give it a title. So here's another pro tip. How I title my products is very particular. How did I get this formula, this format, was through my own market research of other big brands and businesses out there. I noticed with the bigger brands, they're very consistent with titling. And the reason why I say that is because Printful and Printify are not consistent with titling. So see how this says unisex t-shirt? You'll see other t-shirts that say unisex tee, unisex short sleeve tee. So I want to be very consistent. So how I title is I'll do the design name first. So this design that I had was pretty big. So I'm just going to call it Mama's Boobery, you know. But if I had a shirt that said small business mama, I'm going to write small business mama. So I'm going to put Mama's Boobery. You know, if your design maybe doesn't have words, it's an image, that's where I go to ChatGPT. I go tell it what's in my image, what it looks like. And I say, hey, give me 5 design name options. And I see what it gives me. Because these matter. This is keywords right here. That's why it's important how you are titling. Because if someone's searching in Google for small business tea, you know, I could pop up. Or if they're looking for Mama's Boobery, you know, which I don't know how many people are searching that, it could pop up. So I'm doing design name and then dash. And then I'm always going to do the size. So in this case, it's unisex. I'm going to keep that. If it's women's, keep women's, men's, kids. Okay, so design name, the size, and then the type of t-shirt. I personally like to use short sleeve tee. It's a few more keywords. So once again, this is so the customer journey, the customer experience is seamless. They can easily navigate and find what they're looking for. They're, you know, someone reads this, they're like, oh yeah, I love that. I want that. Unisex, okay, I can wear that. Short sleeve tee, you know what? It's in the winter where I live. I'm probably not going to work for me. Let me keep scrolling until I can find something that works for me. Or, oh yeah, short sleeve tee, it's summer. I'm going to want that shirt. So that's why the titling matters, because some people, you know, they're visual, so they're going to look at the design, but some people are more like, they like the written. Like my mom, she's analytical. She likes to read. So she's probably going to read this. She's probably going to look at the image, but she's going to go to the title first. And for me, I'm more visual. I'm going to look at the image first. Keith, you're funny. So now I'm going to click continue. And then right here, you're going to see the pricing. So there's Printful price and retail price. So the Printful price is the price you pay. And you can see on here that the size is different per sizing. Now I'm going to have my pops come on here in a minute and talk about his viewpoint on pricing and his thoughts. I'm going to share mine too. And then Justin, I'd love to hear I always love to hear how people price because everyone does a little bit differently. So for me, I personally, this is because of who I'm serving, okay? Your audience is completely different than my audience. I want everyone who shops at My Dope Mamas to feel good no matter size or shape. I don't want someone to come to my store and notice that, oh my gosh, the 4XL is $5 more than the medium. So I'm going to price my products a little bit like I'm going to look at the most expensive, which is $21.99, and I'm going to price above that. So I'm making sure I'm getting a profit. So I come up here, increase or set retail price too. And I do at least, this is me, once again, my dad mentioned differently. I'm going to have him share it. I charge between $27.97 to $29.97. As you can see, my profit for small through extra large is basically 100% profit, which that's typically what I want when it comes to apparel. I want 100% profit. And then as you can see, the larger sizes, it goes down. But for my audience, I do know that I sell between the medium and extra large. So I'm typically always going to receive this profit. And, you know, when I sell, the 2X to 5X, yes, it's less, but I don't sell a lot in those sizes. If you're listening and you know that your audience is the XL to 5X, you're probably going to charge, more. And then, the person who's buying small, they're just going to have to pay more. That's if you do it the way I'm doing it. Because I like my prices to be the same price across all sizes. And something else, you're going to set your own value, like my dad did mention, which I'll have him come on and reiterate it. If you're just starting out, maybe go right above cost. If you already have an audience and they're going to buy from you, you're selling a unique product that they can't find anywhere else. Maybe you sell more. Like I said, I've worked with an influencer. Yes, he's an influencer. We launched with these t-shirts and we had at $60. So I don't want to hear anyone say, no one's going to buy a t-shirt for $30 to $40. They will. It's about finding that target audience, finding those buyers and serving them. Now, if you're serving a community who's like, they're only going to spend $24 to $25 and you price it at that point. And, you add some upsells and order bumps to make more money. But that's how I price for Dope Mamas. For t-shirts, for t-shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts, I always do 100% profit when it comes to the small to extra large. I eat my profit on the larger sizes. Once again, if I know I'm selling more of the larger sizes, I might increase my retail price. But those are my thoughts on how I price. So Dad and Justin, I'd love to hear how you guys price things and how you would coach people on pricing if they're just starting out or if they have an audience. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. Do you want to go first, Greg, or do you want me to?
Go ahead.
All right. So generally, I like to have at least like 20% margins at the minimum, right? Because, it takes work to set up your store, to do all the research, as Candace, so eloquently demonstrated here, right? So if you can make 20% margins or higher, like, you're good to go. But here's a pro tip. So what I've found out is, obviously, again, people buy emotionally, they rationalize it logically. So like Greg's brand that he's building, like Cup of Joe, Drink a Cup, Save a Pup, when you associate your branded store, your merch store, with some sort of cause marketing, right, that can actually help drive additional sales, right? So think about that, right? So if you can donate, a percentage of proceeds to the local animal shelter, right, something of that nature. So now you have more incentive for people to not only purchase your cool branded merch, but also associate it with some sort of cause marketing and some type of like cause marketing.
Like what we're doing with the dog rescues. We're going to donate money to dog rescues.
Yeah, it's that emotional pull,
Exactly.
and then just like what he just shared. But I love these. That's why I love hearing Justin, because he has all these little phrases, cause marketing. Just like the candle shop, you guys. I go into Bath and Body Works. They're cheaper. I go to the next store. I got a great experience. They made me feel seen, loved. I went and I would go spend double the price because of that connection that just happened. Just like, and also the reason why also I do more profit, I just remembered why, I always forget when I'm teaching, is because I leave room for sales. So I do that 100%. Like when it comes to the apparel, when it comes to like the mugs, the water bottles, I do kind of at least do 20% market because those are a little bit higher on printful price, but I leave room for sale. So if I'm doing a 30% sale, 20% sale, I'm still going to make a profit. But I love that cause marketing. And that's the whole point why we teach branding and figuring out that brand story, that about us story that's going to create that connection. So when people are shopping at your store, they're like, I want to support you. I want to support Justin. I don't care the price. My bank account might yell at me later, but I don't care. I love what Justin is doing and I want to support the cause.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and to me, I go back to when you're first launching your store, I create those prices of what I call the rack rates. And that's kind of a term from the hotel industry going, hey, if you ever go to a hotel, they have their rack rates, but you can almost always get a cheaper price than the rack rate. And so you price your prices priced at kind of like your audience that you want to target, right? So if you want to target more affluent upper end people, you can price things higher. And conversely, if you're not, you got to do that. You got to, who is your market? What's that price justify? But then when you go to actually launch, you've got to do some sales. You got to do some Memorial Day sales, which, by the way, Memorial Day's come up. Everyone should be doing a Memorial Day sale. You got to be able to do that. You got to be able to have your prices booked in there. But do keep in mind, if you can't sell it at 25 or 29 or 35 or 40 or 50, it's all relative. So we teach people, start at the lowest price you can and then walk your price up. You can always raise your price. You can't lower, it's hard to lower your price. But the idea is find out what's going on. And I love what Candace said. We teach this in some of our marketing stuff, and maybe we'll touch on this a little tomorrow, is you're actually taking images and you're doing some A/B posts on your social media going, hey, I'm looking at launching this new design. What do you guys think of it? Would you buy this? And you just ask people straight up. And they go, so
because you like, and I said it today, and if we have time tomorrow, we'll go over it. But because you were here to serve, right? So that's why if you're just starting an audience, you don't have an audience, there's ways to go get engagement and find your audience and ask them. But ask. Just like if you talk to any salesperson, people, like for me, I don't consider myself a salesperson, but I do sales for my own business. And I was getting some advice from my brother, and he was like, Candace, ask questions. ask, and then serve them with a solution. Like figure out what they want and then give them what they need to solve that problem. So it's the same thing with merchandise, same thing. Okay, so thank you for that, Justin and Dad. I think those were great answers. And you know, I could, if I'm doing what my dad is saying, you know, I could still do that 100% like price point, but then just put it on a crazy sale price where it's just right above cost. Yeah.
Okay.
So it looks like it's 100% right, but it's very low, and then I could just keep testing with those prices.
Yeah.
So sharing my screen.
And the main thing is don't overthink it. So
yeah, don't overthink it. Don't overthink it, because that's a cool thing. You get the test. Okay, so as you saw, I set my price. Okay, and remember this is a little bit higher because I added the what's it called? The logo and the label. So if I didn't add that logo and the label, this Printful price would be $3 cheaper. Okay, so now I'm going to submit to store. Okay, so now what it's doing, it's creating the product in Printful, and it's going to automatically sync it to my store. But really quick, it's only going to automatically sync it to your store, you guys. And actually, we didn't talk about this. So I'm in not the right store, but what you would do is I'm in my demo store. This was a part of your homework, was creating your Printful Printify account. Come over here to the App Store. So create your account, stay logged in on a separate tab, and then you're going to come down here and click Enable, okay? And when you click Enable, if you're already logged in, it's just going to say, oh, do you like authenticate this store to sync? It's going to ask you what store you want. It's going to be the one you just created. Same thing, or Printify is a little bit different. So make sure you read these help instructions for Printify. It's like the article might look intimidating. If you're like me and you have to read something like instructions, it looks intimidating, but I promise you it's not. It's very simple, but the steps are different for Printify, okay? Printful, you're going to log into a separate tab. You're going to come over here and click Enable. And then once you enable the two and they're synced, then it's going to automatically push this product into your store. So let me go on another screen really quick, and let me go log into Dope Mama so you can see what I see. And actually, look, if we come over here, Dope Mamas, while I pull up the store, I'm in Dope Mamas. I can come to Shop All, and the product should be in my store. I don't know. Let's see. It goes in alphabetical order. Let's type in Mamas. Boobery, or Boobery maybe? Boobery. What did I title it, you guys? No products. Let's see what's going on here. Did it push over?
And actually, Candace, I just got a notification in Slack that there is a potential issue going on right now.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it looks like there might be a bug going on, you guys. We're gonna look into that, but let's just pretend it pushed. Okay, I'll show you I'll show you. This is the last product that I just built the other day. So let's go see what this product looks like. It would push to. So let's just pretend I built this product. Okay, it will push right to your store, and it's cool. Printful gives you the product description. It gives you the mock-ups. They push all the mock-ups, okay? But something that I advise you to do, I'm not done, okay? I just shared with you how to create a Printful product, how to pick the variants, how to title it, how to price it. Remember titling? I put design name, the sizing, and then the type of product, okay? Now, if you're selling water bottles, mugs, etc., there's no sizing. It's just, it'd be Mind Your Own Motherhood, white glossy mug. Okay. But you're not done. So once you build the product and it gets pushed over to your store, you're going to go into the back end of your store, pulling it up. Hold on. I'm in the back end of Dope Mamas. I went under products. Here's all the products. Okay. And I'm going to find that product that I just pushed over. And here, let's pretend it's this one. I'm going to come over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to show you what I would do. I'd copy that description. I'd come over to ChatGPT, and I'd say, give me a product description for, and I would copy and paste my title. And it's really cool, you guys. I'll just type in literally my title, and it gives it to me pretty accurate. And it's giving me a lengthy, look, it's giving me a lot. Now, I don't like really long product descriptions. They are good for SEO. So I might say shorten it, but for the time's sake, I'm not going to do what I would typically do. I'm just going to tell you what I would do. I would read through this. I would see if it's accurate. If it's not accurate, I would say, hey, don't say, I would say, hey, I literally talk to it like it's a person. I'd be like, don't say this, add this, take out this, modify this, make it shorter, talk in a empowering, mom-friendly tone. Say it's the best gift for Mother's Day because it's coming up. Say it's for the best gift for the mom in your life. You know, I'm going to make it pretty accurate. And then I would just copy it and I'd come over here and I would delete this and I would click paste. And that's the only thing I would delete. And I would keep all this stuff. Because
how does that compare to our AI right there?
Oh, you know, I always forget about this one. Let's see. I'm just so used to look, which is cool, you guys. Look, I forget. LaunchCart has its own AI. So let's click generate. Every training, I forget. Introducing the perfect top for all the busy moms out there. Mind Your Own Motherhood Women's Crop Top. This stylish and comfortable crop top is designed to help you stay on top of your game while juggling the demands of motherhood. All accurate. Made from high quality fabric. It offers a flattering fit and is perfect for any casual occasion. Blah, 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 blah. Insert text. And then it inserts it at the bottom, which I don't like that at the bottom. So what I'll do is I'll just copy this, which that was pretty good. It's short and sweet. That's what I like. I delete it.
Yeah, it's a little faster than going to ChatGPT, and it's better than what we get from Printful.
Yep, and I'll come right here and I'll break it up because my dad always taught me to break things up. And then bada bing, bada boom. So now I have a product description. These are like the details. You could put like details, you know, if you want to go the extra mile, you don't have to, but details, bold it. And I could put the perfect top. I'm emphasizing the perfect top. And then over here is the categories. So, you know, that's why on the foundation day, we're showing you how to create categories because now you want to add it to the correct category. It's going to go under the Dope Mamas category and it's going to go under crop tops because I have my subcategories. So once again, when someone's shopping at my store, they know it's, you know, they want the crop top. They can go to the Dope Mamas collection and search crop tops. So then once you edit the description, add to the correct category, then you're going to want to add a tag. And the reason being is because now that we have our own launch CRM and you have an account with them and you integrate it, these tags matter. So I'm going to probably title this tag just Mind Your Own Motherhood. And this is so now in the future, and I'll put, I'm just going to do the title of this. And so now in the future, let's say 6 months from now, I want to email only those who purchased the Mind Your Own Motherhood tea, crop, water bottle, whatever it is. I can go email those specific customers because I tagged them with this. Because now, whenever someone makes a purchase of this, like it'll sync this tag to their order. Does that make sense? Am I explaining that? Like, am I simplifying that? So the tags matter. So, you know, I don't like to overwhelm the tags. I try to make them as simple as I can. Oh yeah, Justin, you help me with that. Are you muted?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, I was just gonna add in like maybe even a pro tip here is, and it's maybe outside the box thinking here. So even in some of the descriptions, you can maybe even link at the bottom to a complementary product. So then you get a backlink internally for SEO juice. So yeah, that's a pro tip. But yeah, what you've demonstrated here makes complete sense. I do want to highlight just a couple of comments, if that's okay.
Yeah.
I know we're wrapping up here, but you know, everyone's here staying committed. I love the commitment. Sherry B says, I'm sure that's one of, I'm pretty sure that's one of my favorite features, she says. So thank you, Sherry, for sharing. Lucius W. I always love using LaunchCart AI. Absolutely. Yeah, that's awesome. I screenshotted that, Lucius. So thank you for that.
Awesome.
And hopefully, Candace, you can screenshot some of these as well. And Gospel Swag says, wow, that is brilliant. And I talked to Gospel Swag on Monday, and I'm happy to see him here. So shout out to you, Gospel Swag. Thanks for making it all these days. So yeah, back over to you, Candace.
Yeah, thank you for the comments, you guys. I
want to make one comment that as we're wrapping up here too. On the right-hand side, underneath categories, we have product type and product tags and things of that nature. And that information gets fed into, once you get going and you're really rocking and rolling, and then you integrate and you get the CRM where you do email marketing and text message marketing, and we can do segmentation and automatic flows, automatic marketing, ringless voicemails, launch ads, all the cool stuff that the CRM has. It's going to feed in to that customer contact record that, hey, Justin bought this men's shirt that was, the Rescue Joe shirt or the Rescue Joe mug. So those tags and that stuff didn't used to be that important, but now they are important when you start to think about, as you grow your business, you're going to need to grow into that CRM and that automated marketing thing. So that you're going to be able to think about women's, men's, t-shirt, hoodie. What are those broad tags and strokes that you want there that are tagged to that customer when they buy your product from your store?
Yeah, so he basically just simplified what I was trying to explain to you guys. So that's awesome. So that's why I was saying, like, I'll just typically do the collection. So, like, because I know I'm going to sell Mind Your Own Motherhood across different products. So I'll just put Mind Your Own Motherhood. But maybe, you are going to be selling to a lot of women and men. Then, I'd probably put Mind Your Own Motherhood woman. Or no, probably I would probably add this tag, and then I would put woman's. So then in the future, if I wanted to like email only the woman in my database, I could segment that out. But if you can do collection based, do the sizing based, and you can also probably do, you can also do the type of product. But the thing is, you don't want a lot of tags, and the reason why is because back in the day when we were actually on another e-commerce platform before Launchcart was ever around, we were adding a lot of tags per product, and the moment it sounded great, but then later down we just had too many tags and it became real chaotic and unorganized. So now we've learned, less is more when it comes to the tags, but be specific. Okay, so I just, like I said, picked my category. I added my tag. If you wanted to change the featured image, you can. Like maybe you want to showcase the pink, right? We're coming into when it's Valentine's Day. I'm just I'm trying to think of all like the upcoming holidays that. Oh wait, no, Valentine's. We're about to be in June, you guys. Oh my gosh, where is time going? So I just put the pink there, right? And now all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come down here and I'm gonna click save. And then now it just updated that description. It updated the title. It updated the category. And if I come back to my store, I come to shop all. I can come to Dope Mamas. I'm like, hey, I want a crop top. And here it is. So that is how you would create a Printful product and push it to your store. Are there any questions or comments in regards to Printful, you guys? Are there any comments? My go-to, while I'm waiting for comments to come through, I'm going to share some of my go-to products when I'm launching. T-shirts, hoodies or sweatshirts, mugs, and water bottles. You're going to, depending on the store, if you're selling like a more generic store, that's what you're typically going to see that sells. Another good one are canvas art, tote bags. There's so many products that you can go from. But I would definitely try to market research as well and figure out what are the top products to launch with. Don't go adding the most random products out there. Like, have intention when picking the products.
Hey, while we're doing a few Q&A, Justin, you said you had some sample stores up. We want to show you just some sample stores that we're going to do a few minutes of Q&A. And while we're sitting there answering Q&A, Justin's just going to show off some sample stores because we want you to see what's possible and how your stores could look and how they should look once you get going.
Yeah, awesome, Greg. So yeah, this is the first one here. This is herkingdomlight.com, and it's a faith-based apparel. And so, those are very popular. And believe it or not, like, we're getting a lot of people who are, getting removed from other platforms and they're coming on to our platforms, which is good. And one thing about us, like, we won't remove you, right? We pride ourselves on you showing your swag, faith-based swag. And so, yeah, that's one differentiation factor, but this is a very cool brand here, Prayer Warrior. And then another one is real estate, right? So I'm sure there's real estate professionals out there who are looking for swag, just like Greg's been playing the video of
Ryan Serhant.
Yeah, thank you. I can't say that. But yeah, definitely, real estate, real estate life, husband, dad, realtor, legend. Like, this is cool here. It's real
This
estate
really
hustler.
this really goes back to when you start building stores on our platform and you can make money, you can go after realtors and make a lot of money building stores for people. So now that you're learning how to build stores, we're going to share with you soon a money-making activity where you can make money building stores called the Launch Shops Partners Program. But just go ahead and keep showing some of those, and we're going to answer questions while you're just showing them.
Perfect.
So,
Well,
Candace, let's.
Yeah, I need to share my screen though to answer some of these. So let Justin just wrap this. We'll share this story and then I'll get back to the Q&A.
Yeah, this is the last one here. It's Aphrodite. It's a jewelry store here, as you can see. So this is cool. It has some, to my badass daughter, Lux Crown necklace gift set, right? To my bestie, to my mommy. Like, these are good, right? Here's the one even with the Grinch. That's pretty cool in the design there. So yeah, guys, I mean, just wanted to show you what's possible on some of these stores from some of our current and existing customers on the Launch Shops platform.
Yeah.
Platform.
The possibilities, the opportunities are endless, you guys. You just got to start and take action. Okay, so I'm going to go dive into the questions. So I'm going to answer them all right now. So Gospel Swag, great question. I have a question. How did you add the free shipping option for your first customers? So in LaunchCart, there's a sales and coupon section under products, and you'll just click add new, and you can do an automatic sale or a product coupon. So I think on Dope Mamas, I did a product coupon because as you can see, it says use code welcome. So I'm not going to go through it all right now, but basically you're going to fill out this information, give it a name, give it an internal note, percentage. Like, do you want to give it 20% off, a fixed amount, free shipping? And then you give it a code. And then what you do is you just put limit to 1 use per customer. So that means they can only use that one time. So these are on their, they could potentially use it on their 5th order, but they can only use that code once. And then you put not valid with other discounts, and then you click submit. So that's for a coupon, the automatic sale, which are these both available on the free plan, or which one's available on the next tier?
Yeah, let me look. I know you have to be on the liftoff plan to have the full functionality of that. So that's another reason why you're going to want to take advantage of our VIP upgrade and get a liftoff plan, because now you can do a whole site-wide sale and a whole site-wide
I think
coupon.
Because the site-wide sale is cool, and because guys, it's going to be coming here soon. But think about Black Friday, Cyber Monday. You want to have those automatic site-wide sales, and you can schedule them. So if you're still with family and you don't want to worry about really going online and launching the sale manually, you can have it be automatic and scheduled to turn on and turn off at a specific time. So it's really cool. So that's where you would do that, is in LaunchCart. Okay. And then, okay, would the payment go directly to Printful, or would I still need to add my credit card? Okay, so this is what happens, you guys. And Dope Mamas, I have Stripe and PayPal connected. I have my bank account attached to that. So when someone comes here and buys a product, they're going to, those funds are going to get transferred to my account. And I saw a question asking how quick does that happen? For your first sale, it takes between 5 to 7 days for those funds to hit your account. And basically what Stripe, PayPal, these payment processors, they're doing, they're verifying that you're a real business. They're coming to your website literally, and they're scanning, and they're looking for your terms of service, your privacy policy, refund policy, all that. So there's a little delay on the very first purchase. After the first purchase, I would say it's between like 2 business days. But if someone makes an order on a Friday or maybe even a Thursday, those funds won't hit your account until the following like Monday or Tuesday. If they're purchasing on a Monday, it can be like the next day or like 2 business days. So it does vary. So that's why what you could do, I know I saw a comment, you're like, I might need to save some cash to cover the time in between orders. What you could do is, you wait till the funds hit your debit card, credit card, and then you let Printful process the order. It's just going to, add a little delay from the time your client's ordering the product to them receiving it. But I always say, if you have a debit card or credit card, make sure there is some cash in there for those orders to be created. But it's like a 2-day delay. So if you're using a debit card that's linked to your bank account, it can be up to 2-3 days. I think with PayPal, if you're linking PayPal up, because I think you can link PayPal with Printful, it'll just be automatic. So if people are paying with PayPal and then you have PayPal Printful, there's no delay. But if someone's paying with Stripe and you have PayPal, there's going to be a little bit delay.
Yep.
No. It does not take 30 days because the money's going to Stripe. And then if you have automatic deposit set up, which it should be automatically set up when you create your account, it'll go into your account. And like I said, up to 2 business days, 2-3.
Yeah, no. And speaking of that, going back to what Candace said on the first order is what takes the longest. And please go buy from your store. Go experience what your customers are going to experience. You're going to, I didn't fix that, or I forgot the checkout page. I didn't do my checkout page yet, or I got the email. I want to customize that. Like, go buy from yourself. Go get your samples. Go get your hats. Go get your stuff, and then make some social media posts and do some unboxing type stuff. Go buy from yourself, and then that way, your first order, you paid for it yourself, and it's going to kick in that whole system.
Because guess what? Through trial and error, we learn the hard way. Because there's been times where I've helped launch stores and I didn't go do a test order, and then someone makes an order and there was an error. So now it's like we always go make an order. Okay, so I saw a question from Keith. How do you title listings if you have a tee, hoodie, long sleeve option, different listings? So through Printful and Printify, there are already different listings no matter what. So that's why you would just do small business mama, woman's short sleeve tee, men's short sleeve tee, men's hoodie, men's long sleeve tee. So there'd be different listings. If let's say you're selling your own products from your house, you can still do one listing and you just title it, small business mama apparel or something, and you can just have the variant. But I would probably still do the different listings and you just title it accordingly. Okay, so let me see. Are there any other questions? Did I miss any questions? I'm scrolling up. Yeah. And just like my dad mentioned, holidays are coming up. So Memorial Day weekend, Father's Day. Like, if you guys are like ready, hungry, committed, no matter what, I have Dope Mamas, but I can still launch Father's Day products because I have moms, right? I'm going to go email my moms and be like, hey, I know I'm serving you, but I'm going to serve you again. You need to buy a gift for the dad in your life, for the grandpa in your life. I got you covered. Okay. I got my mom's covered. So,
and let me say one thing about that. Candace, she doesn't really focus on her e-commerce store, but when she does something like that, she'll email her small database. She'll make a couple sales and they'll buy lunch. Right.
Yeah.
So again, it goes back to what you're committed to and what you're not committed. She's not committed to her e-commerce store. That's why she still has Halloween stuff up there. Right. But the point is she wants to make a few extra sales, she can go send an email out and do some social media posts and make that happen. And by the way, Memorial Day to me is a very important day that we're remembering the people that lost their lives, both in service and out of service, around the world who served our country. So Memorial Day is a big deal. Right. So it's a big deal. Not lots of people have it off. They're going to be barbecue and that kind of stuff. So do that. And we're going to wrap things up. But before we do that, Justin, you had something you wanted to go over.
Yeah, thanks, Greg. Real quick here. And thanks, guys, for sticking with us a little extra time here. And thank you, Candace, for, sharing a little extra time with the audience. I know we're all very busy and time is very valuable. So listen, a quick call to action for everyone, guys. If you've enjoyed the challenge so far, if you can do us a favor and go into our Facebook group, okay? Again, just go into the Facebook group and leave a few comments, right? And just say, hey, I've attended the last 3 days of training, and, share your feedback, right? Hey, this was my top takeaway. And we're looking for testimonials because we want to use these testimonials for future challenges that we'll be running, right? So this isn't the first one. This is like the 4th or 5th one we've done, but we're going to continue doing these challenges. And so we want to capture social proof. We want to capture your testimonials, your top takeaways. And some of them were in the chat here, and this is great, but sometimes we can't always grab it from the chat, on the replays and stuff like that. So what you can need to do is go to the Facebook group, post in there, and then as a bonus here, and Greg doesn't know I'm doing this, if you want to do a testimonial video and send that to us, and you can send it through the group message through our launch cart page, or I'll give you an email address in the Facebook group to send these to. But if you post a video testimonial and you send that to us, right, and you get that over to us, I will send you a Launch Cart hat. Okay, that's my promise for you guys. So yes, written testimonials are great. We love them. We want to capture them, and we're going to capture them in our Facebook group. But if you want to go above and beyond for us, and you've had a great experience, and you want to do a video testimonial because that adds additional social proof, right? Getting it on video and capturing that. If you email us that, and you'll sign a quick disclosure as well to sign off, that video release is what we call those. But if you do that, I will go ahead and send you a Launch Cart hat. So I hope that's okay, Greg. But I really want to make sure.
Yeah, that's fine. But we don't need no stinking release. You make a video and send it to us. We're going to use it in our marketing. And if you ever try to come after us, I'm going to say you made the video and you sent it to us. I didn't need no video release.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Awesome. I love that. Thanks, Justin. Yes. So because we're giving you our time and we appreciate your time. So, like I said, those testimonials do mean a lot for us so we can continue to grow our community and grow, the vision of Launch Cart. So with that said, I did see someone ask for the link to the group. So I sent the launch links. I'm going to share my screen and then we're going to wrap this up right now. Remember, launch links. I just sent that link in there. If you're catching the replay, hey, comment #replay so I can say hi to you. But it's launchlinks.com/launchyourmerchchallenge.
And take that link and put it on your bookmarks bar. Like you need to be on that link every day.
So right here is the join the Facebook group, okay? And that's where you'll find our community. VIP is still open. I want to say I actually just got a text. Robbie Robinson, he just upgraded to the VIP. So thank you. Welcome. We're excited. So you can still join that VIP. Your homework assignments for today. Okay, so yesterday you should have created your Printful Printify account. Now you need to go hook them up to your Launch Cart store. You need to go do some market research. You guys, I saw some of you have you want to create a manifestation type store, cycling, faith, Christian. So you're going to go to Creative Fabrica, Etsy, or you're going to go to Canva and you're going to go create a design. Go create a design, go do the market research, find a winning design, build a product, and launch it in your store. Customize that product description, okay? We want you by now you actually have the foundation, and now we're moving on to the products. And then tomorrow we're going to go over into the optimizing and elevating your store so it can turn into real money, turn into customers, and we're going to show you how to increase the average order value. And then we're also going to show you the free way. I'm going to share the free ways of attracting traffic to your store. Okay, so but in order to be in that next step, you guys need to have the store built foundation and then at least a product. Okay, at least a product.
Yeah, no, tomorrow is going to be off the charts, right? So tomorrow we're going to show you how to increase average order value, show you some cool tools, and we're going to share something with you that we've never offered before, and it's going to blow your mind. And so be prepared tomorrow to understand how to build the list. I'm going to give you some of the most coolest, neatest, funnest, most amazing, simplest ways to build a list you've ever seen in your life. And then we're going to talk about testing, which I have a few slides that I already mentioned that a little bit today. And then we're going to talk about how we compete with companies like ClickFunnels, because we have pages, we have upsells and downsells. And this is the key to making more money, right? This is the key to making more money. And then we're going to talk about how you can take that to the next level with your email marketing, your SMS text message marketing, and how to launch some ads with artificial intelligence that are way better than anyone you could get out there and pay money to. So with that being said, that's what tomorrow's agenda is. Do not miss tomorrow. Let everybody know, and we'll spend Friday together, and then we'll wrap it up tomorrow.
Yeah, again, that's 11 a.m. tomorrow Pacific time, 11 a.m. Pacific, same time. And keep an eye out on your text message and your email for the link. But just so you know, it's on YouTube. It's, day 4 is going to be there for you. And are we sharing a quick takeaway from today, Greg, or no, we don't have time?
No, we have
wrap
time.
it up.
Okay. I see someone said time is relevant. So one more minute, because I do want to see these takeaways, because once again, repetition, it gets into our subconscious. So let me hear a takeaway, you guys, before you sign off. And then also because we can screenshot these, and these are just great for us because takeaways also let us know what you guys are loving. And we know to always kind of remember to reshare that, because someone like me, I might hear a message 10 times, but I still love it every single time because I'm like, oh yeah, I needed that. Like I knew that, but I needed to remember it and hear it again. So let me see some takeaways from today, you guys, before we sign off, and then we'll let you go. We know time is valuable. We appreciate you being here. It means a lot. I love hanging out though. I love hanging out with Justin, my dad. It's just fun. I love hanging out with you guys. Justin, while we're waiting for the comment, what's maybe your takeaway from today?
Yeah, thanks, Candace. So yeah, I this is exciting. I love, doing these types of challenges. I love it. And so some of my top takeaways, number one is, again, people buy emotionally and then they rationalize logically after. So that's number one. And then number two is follow the trends, right? Follow the trends. There's so many pro tools that you guys demonstrated that, marketing is already hard enough, right? So let's use the tools and at least get some data, right? Again, it's all about data-driven decisions, right? Because we're data-driven marketers, right? And so once you know what the trends are, once you see some of that volume for some other shirts and other products, you can actually tap into that data and tap into those trends. And then the importance of testing, right? Like that was a big aha for me. It's like, look, Candace said it perfectly. Like, don't build like 30 products right off the bat. Like, hey, let's just start with like 5 and do some testing and see if we can start getting some sales, moving the needle, and then we can start adding more products. And then Candace had a brilliant one, like even from her store, she can maybe just add in a couple of complimentary products for dads and drive additional sales. Like that was a huge like takeaway there. So yeah, great stuff. And the AI tool, I didn't even know that we had an AI tool in Launchcart. Like that was like, whoa, now I don't have to go to another AI tool. And I have a few AI tools that I'll be talking about more for the community coming up. But man, that was cool. All built in to Launchcart. So very, very cool. Some great takeaways. And good to see some other familiar faces out there in the chat. So thank you.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, the AI, I always forget. I love that. Joel said, arrive on time. I almost missed the live. That is a good takeaway, Joel. Gospel, I love this. Takeaway number 1, offer free shipping for first customers. Number 2, buy your own product. Number 3, start with a low price. Number 4, email customers who purchased. They say so much more, but I'll stop at 4. I love that. Kevin said emotional connection to customers. That's why we focus a little bit more on the branding and the intention. I know if you've been with us for a long time, we have, really taught how to like chase the trends and like be really, really niche based, but we do really love community building, connection building. That's like how you can serve on the highest level, right? So the connection is so important. Sherry, my takeaway today is that Launchcart is a really powerful replacement to many different products. Segmentation makes it all make sense. Buying my own product so I can test the user journey. Love that. Carmen, ask questions. Find out what they want. We're serving, right? It's not about us. It's about them. So I love that. Check the trends always. Takeaway researching. Yep. Research. Don't reinvent the wheel. Once again, these big brands, all they do is they just copycat market, they chase the trends, they do the market research, they see what everyone is out there is buying, and they replicate it. They add their own little spin to it. Yeah, awesome. Okay, everyone. Well, thank you, Pops. You can go ahead and sign it off. I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. Every day is actually my favorite day, but I think tomorrow is probably my favorite day.
Okay. So thank you, everybody. We appreciate you. God be with you. Thank you very much for everything you do and being a big supporter of Launchcart. Please #share, like. I see 14 likes on the YouTube channel, but there's at least 40, 50 people that are watching this. So please like that YouTube channel, share it, help us get some algorithmic love. And until then, do what we do. Wake up every day with an attitude of gratitude and tell somebody you love them. I love you, Candace.
I love you, Justin, and my dad.
I love you guys.
Share the love. I love you guys.
We're signing off, everybody. Tomorrow,
Bye,
11 a.m. Be there.
Bye, guys.